Today I'm going to try to hit right-handed, which is something that I don't ordinarily do. In fact, I never do. I am right-handed in the sense that I write this way, I throw this way. For some reason I'm better hitting from the left side, and I'm better kicking from the left side too. I have no explanation for that, except my brain's kind of messed up. But I'm using this old personal picture again, and once again I'm only positioned about 15 or 16 feet away. That doesn't give me much reaction time. I'm using these beat up balls. May be able to see that this one's actually a little cracked. I have a lot of these that are kind of chewed up because you're really not supposed to use a metal bat on them. And that's what I've been doing. Well, that means that some of them are coming in a lot harder than others. The ones that are cracked are usually the change-ups and the sliders. So I'm going to try to apply the lessons that I was using from the left side to the right side, which means I got the hand spread. I'm going to do the little hop step. I'm going to try to swing right down straight into the ball. I'm transferring my weight forward, so the descent is actually kind of flattening out. There's my friend. He likes to fly over here all the time. Yeah, we got a lot of gnats out here too. It's springtime. Hopefully I won't have a sneezing fit. But I'm trying to hit the ball up the middle so that if I get out in front of it, I can pull it. And this is the typical technique of hitters of yesteryear. I don't know why so many hitters have discarded it today, because hey, yoo-hoo, guys, the infield has shifted all the way over to one side of the diamond. You have the whole side open over there, but the last guy I can remember who really loved to hit to the right side was Julio Franco, and he had almost 3,000 hits. But hey, we like to hit home runs. We don't care if we strike out 200 times a year. Okay, let's crank it up. And I'll see, I have not, as I said, have had much time to rehearse myself hitting right-handed. I'm just going straight from left to right. I'll let the first one go. There's my zone. See, I was out in front of that. And I popped that one up. And I just missed that one. Oh, jeez. I think one's stuck. No, I lost count somewhere. That wasn't a very good round. Look, when you're taking batting practice, if you get a bad pitch, don't swing at it. That's part of the practice. I swung a couple of really bad ones there. I got to get it into my head. If it's a bad pitch, I'm not going to swing at it. That's part of your practice. Popped up. Every one of those, I think, went to the right side. Every one that I had where I had good contact. I'm not backspinning them very successfully, but a couple of good hits there. I can't bunt right-handed. Wasn't bad, that was backspun. Oh, wow. That's the best one yet. that's the worst one yet. Let me see if I can finish on something upbeat. Bunting's a whole different skill, and that's one thing I do so much better left-handed, with the good hand down on the handle. Can't do it right-handed. Oh, no. That wasn't bad. Now let me add a few things. I don't think I pulled any of those. As I say, I have given myself very little reaction time here. I had a college kid out the other day looking at my machine, and he was saying, "Oh no, that's not 90 mph this way." Well, sorry, but if you put a stopwatch on, you can't see my machine, but you can hear it as it ejects the ball. And if you time it from that pop to the plate, and you put your stopwatch on Verlander or somebody on TV, and you go, bink, bink, you know, it's just, that's the 90-mile-an-hour fastball. You're getting that same reaction time here. And my guy the other day, well, he took a few swings too, but I noticed that he stood back another 5 or 6 feet. Yeah, this is not much reaction time. And one reason I like to go the other way is because I give myself that little bit more time. I can be late on the ball. Of course, nowadays, when nobody hits this way, everybody's standing up on top of the plate, and they want to just be able to reach out and rake the slider as it breaks away. They're going to try to pull everything. So what's the infield doing? All of them over there. Well, you got one guy almost standing behind second base. But this is really going to make the infield spread back out the way that it's supposed to be. In fact, the first few times before they get wise to it, there's not going to be anybody over there on the right side to speak of. First baseman. And he'll be playing right in the middle of the of the space. So I'm getting a lot of balls over there, standing back from the plate, doing my little shuffle step, and then reaching out and just poking the ball, being a little late on it and poking it through. Most of those were line drives. They're not going to have any trouble getting through unless they have the bad luck to go right into the first baseman's mitt. Often I'm finishing one-handed as well. Let me tell you something. Let me give you a little history. This is how Napoleon Lajoie and very often Hannes Wagner, I don't know how many, you're looking at about 7,000 career hits between those two guys. Of course, they're both Hall of Famers. They were guys, for their time, they were tall, but they especially had long arms for their bodies. So they liked standing way back from the plate, and I mean back this way, away from the plate. They did that as much as anyone in their day. And so we know that they would stride into the ball. By the way, so did Rogers Hornsby a little bit later, another generation later. And they would go to right field. I don't know that Hornsby finished one-handed or two-handed typically, but Wagner would often finish one-handed. Lajoie would always finish. That was one of the things that commentators remarked about him at the time. They thought that was really strange, and it was for that day. He would finish with the bat in one hand. These guys were doing exactly what you just saw me doing. They're poking line drives the other way, being a little bit late. And if this didn't happen to me because everything was coming pretty fast, but if someone tried to slip a change of pace or a breaking ball past them, so they would be early, and those were the balls that they would rip the other way. This is a really good strategy for getting on base. And I just don't know for the life of me why more people are not using it. So for those of you, I'm going metal bat here. And I wanted to say, Roberto Clemente also. A lot of people still love Clemente to this day, and rightly so, but there's not much study of his hitting technique. which after all is what made him famous in a uniform. That was his technique as well. Stand way back from the plate. And then people would say about Lajoie and Clemente that they didn't know where the strike zone was. They were swinging at pitches half a foot outside. Sure they were, because they could reach them and they could direct them down the right field line. So let the pitchers pitch you out there, and with your metal bat, you can still hit using that technique. You can do it very successfully. This is something that you can try right now. So give it a whirl.